It's truly sad to say that in order for you to find yourself, you had to lose them. When we're tied to someone emotionally, we usually tend to ignore a lot of the red flags. We may allow certain things to slide that we normally wouldn't allow to slide. And ultimately, these things just eventually end up backfiring and they come back to hunt us in the long run. But I'm here to tell you that you needed that breakup, bro. You needed to let that person go in order to find yourself. Because if you continue to hold on to them, eventually it was either you or them. Either you lose yourself or you choose and make that decision to let them go. And it's sad because you could literally love somebody so much, bro, and sacrifice everything and do everything that you feel like you need to do in order to keep them around. And certain things just simply won't work out. And they don't work out because it's not meant for it to work out. But where we usually go wrong is we allow ourselves to form these attachments with people that we know aren't supposed to be in our life in the long run. So we kind of set ourselves up for failure. And I personally did this myself so many times, not even in my longest relationships, but just in general, when I may meet somebody and I may feel like I have a connection towards them and I want to keep them in my life. But I know that for me to elevate and for me to truly grow, I have to let certain things go that's related to my past. And one thing that I never took into account, bro, is the fact that letting someone go will always hurt. When you're tied to someone, bro, when you love somebody and you truly care about them, the thought of letting them go, the thought of losing that attachment and erasing every memory that you guys built up until that point will always hurt. It's really hard to train yourself to be able to just let people go left and right without forming that bond. So if you're in the middle of making a decision, bro, and you feel like you don't know whether or not you should let someone go, let this be your sign to let them go. Because if it wasn't for me gaining some sense of willpower and understanding that in order for me to see my life through a clearer lens, I need to let certain things go. And usually these are always the things that we may not want to let go. It's usually the people that we love and we care for most. But in order to get the life that you want to live, bro, you have to make sacrifices. And a lot of the times it's our crowd. It's the people that we surround ourselves by. It's the relationships. And it's so funny because I remember when I was going through like a tough breakup, bro, I used to always tell myself that every time you pick up that phone, bro, or every time they text and every time they call you, just imagine you taking 10 steps back. Because I truly want you to understand that you have this thought for a reason. And a lot of the times we ignore our gut, we ignore the signs, we ignore so much because this attachment that we formed, bro. But I want you to keep in mind that you're not crazy, bro. You have this thought for a reason, and the fact that it's on your mind, the fact that your body is telling you this, bro, you should take that into account and really take it as serious as it is, because if you choose to ignore this, then all you end up doing is hurting yourself in the long run. And I did this time after time after time, bro, because I've always kind of been, let's just say, hard-headed in terms of like love and the things that I want. You know, I would keep them around longer than I should have, but it always ended up hurting me in the long run. And it always ended up backfiring because I didn't know how to properly control my emotions and really just remove myself from a situation. And then I learned all of these things simply tie into self-love and the respect that you have for yourself, because when you truly love yourself and you truly respect yourself, you won't allow yourself to be put in any certain situations that waste your time or that don't serve you any value. Truly understanding that you have to put yourself first for once. And learning how to put yourself first doesn't just start with you removing yourself from that situation, bro, and letting that person go. It starts with eliminating the whole idea of people pleasing. Because I don't know about y'all, I've always been a huge people pleaser for some reason. I don't know why that is, but I've always been so concerned with trying to please the next person, and I would put my feelings aside. It took me a very long time to get out of that, and I learned that, you know, in a world as selfish as ours, everyone else is going to put themselves first, so why not me? So I might as well get out of the idea of people pleasing. And that eventually translated and helped me in my relationships, because when you're not living to people please, bro, people see that you have a backbone and you have an actual spine. And with that being said, people respect you more. You're just naturally looked at as more valuable. And I feel like one thing that's so underrated, bro, is the fact that you have to let it out. And I feel like as men, we're not taught to express ourselves, you know, as a child growing up. We're taught to be tough, we're taught to be strong, we're taught to not cry. And what this does is it just builds all this unnecessary tension. And you eventually carry this on to adulthood because you haven't properly learned to express yourself. You haven't properly learned to let things out. in a healthy way, learning to communicate, learning to express yourself. All of these things are needed in order to maintain any type of relationship at all. But I'm here to let you know, bro, that if you don't cry, or if you're somebody that just tries to act really tough or tries to hold everything in, it's unhealthy. And you have to find you an outlet, because as humans, we need to release these things and these emotions that we may be feeling at some form at some time in our life. And if we choose not to, we're going to get to a point where we eventually explode. And we don't want to sacrifice and we don't want to risk wherever we're at in life, because we have all that built up tension and we chose to explode at the wrong time. So really understanding that it's okay to let it out, bro. It's okay to cry. It's okay to sit down and just ponder in your thoughts and try to get to the bottom of certain things. Because at the end of the day, bro, you're human and we're all human. And with that being said, we all have emotions and feelings that eventually need to be let out and expressed in some way, shape, or form. So just take some time, bro. Take some time to really let things out, because when you're at this point and you're at this stage in your life, you're gonna be emotional. You're gonna have so much built up tension and so much anger in you, especially if you truly love that person or if you really wanted to be with them long term. You're going to feel like almost crazy in a way, because I did it. It's truly best to use this time to work on yourself. When you're going through a breakup, bro, where you may have felt like you lost a part of yourself, the only thing that is going to make you feel partially better and over time will eventually heal you is your overall productivity. You have to keep in mind, when you get your heart broken or you break up with somebody or whatever the case may be, that you're in a vulnerable state. So anything could trigger something in your mind and you can flip out. And that's what we don't want to do, bro. We want to completely consume ourselves with productivity and allow ourselves to grow in other aspects of our life, so that it takes the tension and it takes the pressure off the idea of the relationship. And ultimately, you'll look back at it and you'll be proud of yourself because you chose to make the right decisions. You didn't choose to flip out. You didn't choose to be angry and bitter. You chose to make your life better and improve the quality of everything that's going on around you. Well, in turn, will make everyone else's life better that's around you, bro. But you have to choose you, bro. Don't give any more of your energy, don't give any more of your time focusing on that breakup or that relationship, because all it's going to do is drain you. All it's going to do is take you away from the things that actually matter in your life, and it's going to pull away from you reaching your goals, bro. And I want y'all to know that you're not alone. There's plenty of people that feel like they may have lost themselves after losing their relationship, bro, but you have a life, because you're an individual at the end of the day. And nobody could take that away from you. You have to live your own life and you have to live it for you. But once again, you're not alone, bro, and I want you to keep going and keep pushing forward. And I love y'all. But it's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all boys on the next one. Peace.